Well, look, consider this your spoiler alert. Masterchef Canada has eliminated another contestant in last night's episode titled Plant Power. Take a look.
Daniel, your food is truly art. And we are so sad to see you go. We're really gonna miss you.
Like heartbroken.
And with that, Daniel Ebanks from Winnipeg finds himself going home after losing the first team challenge, last night's MasterChef Canada. Joining us now to talk about his experience is Daniel. Good morning to you. How are you feeling, Daniel?
Good morning. I'm doing really well, actually. You know, obviously last night was a pretty major pivotal turning point, but feeling really good. Feeling really proud of myself. Really grateful for the opportunity. So I'm feeling good today.
You should feel proud of yourself. Look, the chefs basically deemed you the veggie superstar. So you came into this challenge kind of ahead, right? Your wife is vegetarian. Now, this was a pretty big challenge, though, right? Your top 10, which must have felt amazing coming into the competition. I want to talk about working with teammates versus working solo. How much more of a challenge was that for you?
Yeah, I think being a part of a team is a little more difficult. You know, there's a lot of moving parts. And so obviously I've never, been a manager in a kitchen before or anything like that. So to really get everyone's perspective and make everybody feel included and ensure that everyone has a task and has a role, it was quite challenging.
Absolutely. And let's talk about last night's episode. So first team challenge, it was, plant forward dishes. We all know the proof was in the pudding. I hope that doesn't sting too much. And it was the pudding that, unfortunately sent you home. But how would you have changed the pudding to come out ahead? I know texture was a little bit of a problem because making pudding out of beans, my goodness, I feel like you guys killed it in that competition anyway.
Yeah, I feel like that's a challenge in and of itself. Turning beans into a pudding is a challenge. And I'm a veggie superstar, and that's a challenge on the best day. So, yeah, I think we did everything that we could realistically to kind of get that puree a little bit smoother, or really get that bean puree a little bit smoother. We ran it through a sieve, so I think we did what we could do under the circumstances. You're not in your kitchen. You don't have 4, 5, 6 hours to take care. This is 2 hours. You're feeding 48 diners that are vegan, and half of those are kids. So
that in and of itself is a challenge. I feel like that could have just had its own challenge alone. I kind of want to pivot a little bit and kind of take you back to that moment you walked in to the MasterChef Canada kitchen. And I feel like, I look at all the contestants and it seems like every time you guys walk into the kitchen, there's a different feeling. Can you describe that for us?
Yeah, I think the first time is the biggest time, All of us really understand the gravitas of being selected to be on MasterChef. We all worked so hard to be on the show. We've all had this dream for so long. So finally stepping into that kitchen, it's a thing that I really can't describe. It's just a feeling of almost like comeuppance, almost like I've made it, but just it's a sense of so much pride. Like, it does take a lot of energy and a lot of effort to get into that kitchen. And so to actually be there is just a gift.
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, Daniel. There's no question that, the Jays were in the World Series. Hopefully you're a Jays fan. I'm going to put you on the spot. Based on, sort of your background, you were born in the UK, you grew up in Winnipeg, so you got some Canadian roots and then Jamaican roots as well. If you could curate a menu item that would be available at the Dome for people to consume, what would it be and why? And during the World Series, so it's a big deal.
I'm going to say I am going to make some jerk shrimp tacos with a red cabbage slaw, like a pineapple slaw, a little spicy, a little salty, super sweet. It's just the perfect bite, and it's one-handed. It's a Jays game. You don't want to have your hands or a knife and fork. You just want to be able to get this job done.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds delicious. So I feel like maybe that's something that you need to put out anyways, because it sounds amazing. Look, what's up for you next? We have about 30 seconds left. I can imagine that this is only the beginning for your chef journey.
100%. I think Canada had a chance to kind of see what I can do. I'm going to continue to do that. You can follow me at Days of Daniel. I'm going to keep putting out food content. I want people to see how beautiful vegetables can be and how to elevate any plate. So that's what's next for me.
Deemed the veggie superstar on MasterChef Canada, Daniel Ebanks, it's been a pleasure speaking to you this morning. Good luck with everything. And thank you so much for joining us on CB24 Breakfast.
Thank you.